I'm Shannon Watkins, and I'm here with Jenna Robinson, the president of the Martin Center. We're here to talk today about 3 important books about higher education that recently came out. Jenna, what was a book that you thought was important to highlight?
I really liked Cracks in the Ivory Tower by Brennan and Magness. And its subtitles, The Moral Mess of Higher Education. And what it does is takes the ideas of public choice theory and applies them to higher education, which I'm really surprised no one has done before now, because what a smart thing to do. Obviously, the people who are in academia are human beings, just like everyone in government, just like everyone in economics, just like everyone in everyday life. And so they behave like economic actors. And it's amazing to me that it took until 2019 for someone to take Buchanan's ideas and apply them to this huge institution of higher education. But I'm really glad that Magness and Brennan did it. So they did a great job. And also, the book is really funny. Maybe just to me, because all of the cultural references are aimed at apparently someone who was born exactly the same year that I was. So it's got Gremlins, it's got Poltergeist, it's got Ghostbusters, and it's got Judas Priest, and that's all just in the first chapter. And to anyone else who is kind of like the tail end of Generation X, I think those cultural references are going to prove really funny for you. But maybe not for you.
Yeah, maybe not so much for millennials. I recently read a book by Ben Shapiro. It was his latest about Western civilization and the importance of its ideas in academia and in our culture. He came up with the idea of writing about how we've lost our sense of values in our Western heritage, because he, very famously was confronted with very violent protesters on college campuses.
Right. What do you remember what campus that was?
I know there was one, I believe the University of Missouri, the famous video of the professor Melissa Click saying,
oh, right.
We need a muscle over here.
Yeah.
I believe he was the speaker for that event when the students were protesting.
Okay.
And also California State University, Los Angeles, where he needed a whole security detail, and he had to sneak out of kitchens, I believe, to get away.
Right, and I think I remember that the bill for that security detail was huge, too.
It was. So it was after having those sort of experiences that it dawned on him, something's not right. Not just at colleges and universities, but with our culture in general.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. What was the name of that book?
It is about the right side of history, making, I believe, how the West became great through moral purpose. But I'm messing up the title, but we'll provide it here in the description.
Excellent. And another book, and you've got it right there next to you, that I thought was really good was Anthony Kronman's Assault on American Excellence. And in that book, he talks about how placing top value at a university on anything other than excellence really is an assault on the university's purpose. Because what a university needs to be doing is encouraging the best and the brightest and the greatest ideas to come forward and to be researched and to be transmitted. And he says that when you look to diversity inclusion, for example, as your new reason for being, it undermines what a university is supposed to be doing, and it undermines the mission. Wow. And I think that he's making a really good point, and he is not, he's not a right-wing agitator. He's not kind of the usual suspects who would complain about diversity and inclusion. He's a Yale University or Yale Law School dean making these points. And I think he's onto something, because when your criteria starts being what people look like instead of their ideas, then the ideas get undermined and the ideas become less important. And I think he puts it in a really eloquent way, in a really fact-based way. And I think it's a beautifully argued book. And I think it was a really important one that came out this year.
That's so interesting. Well, we'll definitely have to continue diving into new books to see what other ideas are out there. These books are part of a larger project here at the Martin Center. We have almost 600 books, and most of them dealing with higher education specifically, but also dealing with important ideas that influence the broader culture as well, that are still very important for students to study.
And part of the library you can see right here behind us, but only a little piece.
Yeah, it's only a little piece of it. Our library is open to the public. We'll provide a link in the description box if you would like to make an appointment to visit. We'd love to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.